Oh, hey, this is Brent Leary, and I am in Vegas at the American Express Centurion Lounge. Really cool place to come chill out before your flight. I spent the last couple of days at PegaWorld, Pegasystems annual user event, and that's why I'm here in Vegas. But I'm getting ready to head back home. But before I did that, I thought, hey, why not do This Week in Small Business, at least a portion of it, right here in Vegas. So that's what I'm doing. All right, so as usual at smallbiztrends.com, lots of good stuff coming in this week. They give me a list of the top articles. I choose 3 of them. But just remember, those are just 3 of the great things that you can check out at smallbiztrends.com. So while I'm alone, because later on I'm going to probably have some folks come in and help me, but since I'm alone waiting for my plane, I thought I'd go over the first article that I thought was really cool, and I love this. It's from Michael Gouda, The Complete History of Communications, What It Means to Your Business Today. And this is really, just a fun look at how communications have changed over, like, since the beginning of time. And I love the little catchphrase, smoke signals to smartphones. So that's what this is about, and check it out. It's really interesting stuff, and it goes all the way back to like the Sumerian, 3100 BC. How communications kind of got started, how business communications kind of got started, all the way through to Johann Gutenberg and the printing press and what that meant, and then all the way through to what we're doing today with mobile technology, with voice assistants, all these different ways that we're communicating. So it's a real interesting read. You got to check it out. I just think it's really fascinating to see just how far we've come, and particularly how far we've come over the last couple of years. So check it out. That's one I definitely want you to look at. Okay, hey, I'm still at the American Express Centurion Lounge. I'm still waiting for my flight. A little bit of a delay, so I figured why not read some more of these great articles from smallbiztrends.com. This one is really cool. This one is, you just got to check it out. This is from Rob Starr, 7 most common customer pain points and how to fix them. And so, I mean, when you're trying to go through sales and you're trying to figure out how to interact with customers, or you're trying to bring a new customer on board, these are some really, I mean, anything could go right, but anything could go wrong. And so some of the things that you try to avoid, they're fixable. So I love this list. We can't go through all of them, but providing inaccurate information, I mean, that's a killer right there. If you're giving somebody something that isn't true, you can forget it. Creating hard to navigate customer service channels, that's a big, anything that puts more friction into the sales process, you're killing yourself. Not listening. I mean, do we have to even go any further than not listening? I mean, if you aren't listening to what they're saying, you can't possibly know what's important to them. So not listening, you might as well just tell them you don't want the business. Being impolite. It's actually impolite not to listen. So those two kind of go hand in hand. Having high delivery charges. Now, come on. I mean, if anything Amazon has taught us is people like free delivery. So if you're going to have shipping and handling that's more than the price of the product they're buying, you might as well forget it. They're going to go somewhere else and get it. Having complicated fees. Nobody likes complications, particularly when it comes to the stuff that they got to pay for. So if you're able to make it as easy and as transparent for them to understand what it's going to cost them to get what they want, you have a better chance of selling. I guess I'm going to go through all these. Putting customers on hold. Just ask yourself, do you like being put on hold when you're trying to buy something, or you're looking for some information that could potentially lead to a purchase? No. So nobody wants to be put on hold. 7 great things to really keep in mind when you're trying to close a deal. All right. Oh God, really?
Hey.
So I was, last you saw me, I was actually chilling in Las Vegas, waiting for my flight in the really nice concierge lounge that American Express has in Vegas. So I actually knocked out a couple of the top stories, but I figured, well, I'm coming back home. ZeroCon is in Atlanta. Lots of cool things going on.
And cool people.
Yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't get one of those to join me right now, so I had to make do with John Cold Rice Lawson, who is here checking out the sites here at Xerocon.
Yeah. Great event, great week.
Yeah. Good to be back, because you were...
Dude, don't get me started. I've been all over the world
and been around the world.
I've been around the world. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
all
insane.
Right. So you got to help me with the last story, because I did 2 already in Vegas.
Okay.
So you can help me with the last one.
The last story is.
And once again, small biz trends this week in small business. Tons of great stories that come out every week. What is that, a drum roll?
Yeah, that was a drum roll.
All right. So this last one, this one is from, I hope I get the name right, Ital Eliezer.
That's a good try.
It's as good as I can get. The truth about niche social networks and why your business may need them. This is really interesting because as part of this story, it was pointed out that 2.8 million people have actually left Facebook.
But those were all fake people anyway.
They were. Is that fake news?
Yeah. No, that was not fake news. They were fake people.
Just fake people with fake news.
It was fake. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
There you go.
So
cleaning it up.
I'm trying to, but the thing is, we still have to find out where people are going, or communicating, or collaborating around our particular areas of interest. So this thing is talking about the rise of the niche social site and why they're important. And a couple of examples I really like, because I had never heard of some of these folks.
Yeah,
here.
me either.
Untapped. Have you heard of Untapped?
Yeah, that's for people that specialize in beer. I'm reading it.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say,
Never
we're just
heard
reading it here. So Untapped is one. Here's one that's called Supernatural Connections, which is kind of around the paranormal. That would be one I thought you would have known about.
Okay.
Family-oriented niche sites like something called Life Cake. And this one is interesting. Board-driven sites like Capsure. Yeah, that. So these are all not Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, but apparently these are focused on specific areas of interest, and people gravitate towards those things that they're interested in. And that's the rise, and why this article is saying you may need to start reaching out beyond some of the traditional social networks. What do you think?
Really? What do I think?
Yeah. Well, I'm just
you want
asking.
my real opinion about what I think?
This is scary, so yeah.
I don't think that's earth-shattering understanding.
No?
No, because prior to Facebooks of the world, that's all we had was niche. They were called bulletin boards, So, and they never went away, which is kind of the interesting part. And so, yes, I can see now it going, like everything old is new again. And so I can't even remember, there was an old site that used to put up, and it was real popular, where you'd put up your own social network. I cannot even remember the name of it.
Put up your own social network? You roll your own social network, basically?
Yeah. You know what I mean? But it was basically a community site where you could create your own community site. Right. And I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but that's been around for a while, and those things suffered a little bit, and Facebook understands what's going on. That's why Facebook groups is now a very big focus. And that's what it is. It's like, groups of people around a niche get people engaged.
And it's not hard to see why that's going to be growing in importance with all the privacy issues, the big issues that are taking place with some of the larger networks, driving some of the folks away from those social networks. They're not going away and not being social. They just want to go someplace else where maybe it caters to their interests a little bit more. They're able to form deeper relationships with folks around that special interest.
Yep.
So if you're in business in a particular niche industry, maybe you have to start figuring out what's the optimal mix to be spending with the generic or the general sites. You got to throw Instagram in there as well. All the ones that everybody knows about. You're going to have to figure out how much time do you spend cultivating your outreach on some of these niche sites.
Well, one of the good things about this, though, as a small business, is you kind of control the conversation. You're going to know a little bit deeper about the customer.
Right.
You know what I mean? And as opposed to just like the open space of Facebook, if people are coming directly to a network or a board or a conversation that you're driving or helping to drive and just facilitating,
All right.
you know, it gives you better opportunity to, I don't want to say market, but definitely gives you great opportunity to just be part of that brand awareness in the top of mind for your customers, because now you're and again, you're not necessarily just running the conversation.
Right.
You are facilitating so that your fans and buyers can have a conversation somewhere that's directly around that subject matter. I like it.
I like that too. I
like it.
I want to get your take, because when I was in Vegas, I had talked a little bit about this one article, but I want to get your take on this too. I got you.
I overheard you.
Yeah,
I was sleeping in the seat.
Right. All the way cross country, huh?
Right.
This one was from Rob Starr. 7 most common customer pain points and how to fix them. One of them, providing inaccurate information. That's an obvious.
Yeah,
you don't do
gotta
that.
fix that.
Creating hard to navigate customer service channels. But here's not listening, being impolite, having high delivery charges, having complicated fees. Now, if you had to pick, and putting customers on hold, which one of these really, I mean, they all are bad.
Yeah, they're all pretty bad.
Which one do you want to tackle and say,
definitely,
if you had to choose the first one to fix?
High delivery charges.
That's the first one to fix?
That's the easiest one to fix.
All right, tell me why that's the first and easiest.
Well, for one, I mean, if you're in business today and your business requires delivery, you know what you're competing against. I mean, yeah, up until now you were competing against, the prime delivery model. But I mean, like all weekend, I just noticed, because like you said, I'm just back in the country after being gone for 2 weeks. And I mean, my TV is blowing up right now with Walmart commercials, and their big thing is 2-day delivery, no membership fee. So, I mean, the delivery part is something we're all going to have to kind of address. And high delivery fees are a killer when it comes to conversion. E-com.
So
That's
I'm just
my
gonna.
What's your thing? What was your thing?
The most obvious to me, the most obvious and easiest one is start listening.
Yeah, that's easy.
You know,
if I have to tell you that.
Yeah, and also, wouldn't you say not listening is rather impolite?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
you kind of can knock off 2 at the same here.
Right,
If
and then you
listen.
could go through in the customer support navigation kind of all goes into all that too.
Yeah.
Because you would know your customer support navigation was bad if you were just listening and being polite.
But I have a total solution for this.
What's that?
Ask Alexa.
Oh.
Well, and on
There
that
you
note,
go.
I had to work that in. And on that note, thanks for your help on bringing this home for me.
Anytime, man.
And once again, you can check out these and all of the other top articles on smallbiztrends.com. Brent Leary, see you next time.